Wow, guys, in this video, I'm going to be walking through a brand that is currently doing over £1 million a month. And guess what? They only freaking started in March 2020. It is absolutely insane how much growth these guys have gone through. I've literally just been looking at the way that they've done it, the strategy that they followed, and the channels that they're on. And it's a bloody masterclass. I'm super excited to share with you everything that I've learned about this brand. So let's just go on to one of their main listings that is absolutely killing it right now. It's this one here. So the brand is called Nutrition Geeks. And as the name suggests, these guys specialize in selling supplements and different vitamins and things like that. So it's a really modern looking brand. If you kind of look at the packaging there, the main image is basically ticking every box that you need to tick when you're designing your hero image. So the actual packaging itself is taking up pretty much all of the white space. They're using lots of nice bright colors, and they're being really clever about putting text on the packaging. So when you search on the Amazon homepage for vitamin D3, whatever it is, you can very quickly see exactly what it is. You can see the brand, you can see the name, and it just kind of makes you think, oh, that looks cool. Especially, in fact, I will just go onto the homepage now when you compare to all the other listings. So this is something that we talk about a lot within Honest FBA. The more attractive and modern that you can make your branding and your listing compared to others, the better you're going to do. So look at this. If somebody was just searching for vitamin D, they'd click on here and look at this. It just looks incredibly boring, doesn't it? You've got like very old fashioned, traditional looking brands. And then you've got the Nutrition Geeks, where they kind of just got those bright colors, cool looking listing image, and just makes you want to click on it. Right. So let's just have a deep dive into one of their actual listings, and I'll tell you kind of the things that they're doing well, the things that I really like, and then we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what has made this brand just grow like incredible amounts in literally like four years. It's crazy. So let's have a look at the other pictures that they've got, the images, and what's good about them. So throughout each image, you can see that with things like supplements and vitamins and things like that, just showing a picture of the actual product itself. So like a little tablet, it's not going to be that helpful. So having the actual packaging in the background is going to be much better at reinforcing the brand and reminding the customer of the reasons that they want to purchase. So the second image, straight away, they've just kind of they're reinforcing the brand here by saying, why is our vitamin D3 and K2 geeky? So it's kind of just going through not just the features of the product, but the benefits. That is what is super important to do with any image that you have on Amazon, talking about the benefits, why it's good for the customer, what problems it's solving. So first of all, they just kind of just start off with a typical fact about vitamin D3 that, to be honest, any other brand could just copy, because that's just a feature of these vitamins. And then here, look, we've got small in size, big in impact. So one of their I guess main attributes to this brand is that it comes in very slimline packaging. Look, I actually have a packet here. It's super thin, and it's 365 tablets, so you get a year's supply. And look how thin that is. Perfect for somebody that might be working in the office and just wants to get it delivered and posted through their letterbox, and just just basically brilliant also for this brand in itself when it comes to fulfillment fees, storage fees, and all that, because this thing literally comes in an envelope. Think of all those other typical vitamin brands that come in those big jars or whatever, and then think of these. This just stands out, doesn't it? It's a great job that they've done. So vitamin D is essential to healthy living. Again, that's not really typical to the brand here. And then we go to the next one, and bam, bright colors. Straight away, your eyes are drawn to the packaging, and then they're just kicking off with, again, more benefits and features. So 365 tablets, and then brackets kind of telling the customer that this is 12 months worth of supply. When you look at all the other competitors, and that's not just true for Amazon, but in pharmacies as well, they very rarely translate it into like a time bound fact. They'll just say 30 tablets or whatever, and the customer will kind of have to probably look on the back of the actual packaging itself to see how many they need to take per day. Whereas this, it just hits you straight in the mouth and it just says that's 12 months worth of supply. So when you look at the price point and you're like $9.99, you're like, damn, that's super cheap. A year's worth of these vitamins for just a tenner. Awesome. So if we then go to the next list, the next image, so they've kind of got nutritional information on the back, which is going to be required for this type of product. But what they're also doing is, again, adding in these cool little benefits to the customer that they might not have thought about, and these features as well that might persuade them to buy. So again, we've got the 12-month supply. This is a big one here, UK made, which is going to be super, super important to people when they're looking at supplements and vitamins and things. You know, you can obviously get them from overseas, but with these type of products, I would imagine that most people just want to get them made within the country that they're purchasing. Vegetarian friendly, no added sugar, non-GMO, and so on and so on. And then finally, letterbox friendly. This is basically everything you need to know about this specific product and why you would want to buy over anybody else. And then if we go to the next one, get used to extra storage space. Really clean, simple image here that just, again, straight away is hitting you in the face with a fact that is a huge benefit. So for those of you that are vitamin collectors like I am, you'll know that they come in those big jars. It takes up space, and often when you buy a new one, you kind of have to take another one out to free up the space. But with these slimline, you can literally, it's like, you know, you could probably put it on a bookshelf, you could put it in a drawer, and hitting you here again with a nice little eco-friendly fact, 95% less plastic than bottles. And then their final image is a very typical us versus them. And this is something that I do on my listings. You do sometimes have to be careful with these. So never ever name another brand or kind of signal who the other brand is. Just keep it generic. But it's such a good way at convincing the customer to go with you versus anybody else, and literally just listing the bullets off. So we've got 1 year's supply versus, doesn't even specify what the competitor does. It just says a lower supply. Then again, it's hitting you with made in the UK versus made overseas, high strength versus low strength, post box friendly versus not. So it's just reeling off all of the benefits here rather than just saying features, you know, gives you vitamin D, which is obvious and which everybody else is going to be doing. So throughout all of these guys' different products, that's exactly what they do. They follow the same formula. And to be honest, you can do this too. It's not exclusive to supplements and vitamins and anything like that. With my products, I do something very similar. So I have an us versus them. I have why my brand, and then I talk about the benefits and the features. So if we look throughout the rest of the listing, what is super interesting is that you can see these guys are doing 10,000 units a month. But to be brutally honest, the rest of the listing it's typical, to be honest. There's nothing that's super duper impressive. So the title, they're squeezing in some of those benefits to the customer. So you're getting 1 year's worth of supply. It's high strength, it's vegetarian, and it's UK made. And then of course they're describing everything else. And then 4,000 IU. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but they're telling you about the high level of strength. And then the bullet points, I love these actually. Even though they definitely could be improved, I think they could be made a bit more succinct. But they're realizing that what is important with any Amazon listing is that you focus on the customer and focus on what problems your product is solving. So straight away they say, why choosers? So the customer's like, okay, I'll read this and understand why I should go with Nutrition Geeks over anybody else. And then it just starts hitting you with the facts. So you get 2 times more. It combines 2 different vitamins. It's high strength and so on. The next one is another great benefit here. It's easy to swallow with no aftertaste versus other ones that may. It's letterbox friendly, great value for money. I'm not actually sure great value for money is permitted by Amazon, but they're obviously letting it slide. And then here, scientifically proven supplements, uncomplicated, and then just delivered to you sustainably. So lots of different reasons here on why the customer should want to purchase. Very persuasive indeed. And when you look at other competitors, you'll see that it just says things like great, great for absorbing, great for the UK where you can't absorb vitamin D, right? It's just kind of reeling off super generic facts about these vitamins. Whereas these guys, they've realized that you need to come at it from a different angle and speak directly to the customer. Now, when I said the rest of the listing wasn't that great, you're going to understand why in a moment. If you scroll down, the product description, it's a little bit boring, isn't it? Like, they've not actually used enhanced brand content, A plus content, which is where you get to put more images on and you can have different modules with Q&A. They're just using plain old text, which to me is actually a really good sign because it shows that they could probably increase their number of sales even more. So I'm not going to walk through every single one of their listings, but what I am going to do is just show you the different products that they offer. Like, one of the beautiful things about this brand is it's super obvious how to scale it. So if they just launched with vitamin D, for example, and it did well, then they can just follow the same playbook and launch vitamin D and K2. They can launch ashwagandha, they can launch turmeric, and so on. And that's exactly what they've done. They're just following the exact same playbook over and over. So if we just scroll through, you can see that it's the same kind of hero image. They're just rotating different colors. You can see, look how many bestsellers they've got. And all of their bestseller rankings are all like in the top 200, which means that the sales they're making are absolutely insane. And all they're doing is just mimicking one listing after another because they've realized how to get the customer to buy. They know about the pain points. They know about the features that makes them unique. No other brand on Amazon that does supplements is doing it like this. And if we just run Helium 10, this is where your mouth is going to drop open. This is a purely UK brand that started in March or April 2020. So just before the lockdown started. And look at this, £1.5 million a month, and the average price is £8. It's absolutely crazy. So if you kind of scroll through here, let's just arrange this in order of high to low. Their magnesium glycinate, which is really good for sleeping, is doing nearly £500,000 a month. Then you've got turmeric tablets, ashwagandha. Like, these guys are absolutely killing it. Super, super impressive. So let's have a look at where they're getting most of their sales and just showing you what the impact of their platform strategy is doing. So that is basically selling on other websites, so TikTok, Facebook, and their own web store. So what we're going to do, and this is something that you guys can do as well if you have the Helium 10 extension. If you scroll down, once you've got the Helium 10 extension, you'll notice this little bestseller ranking chart here. And this basically tracks their sales chart position over time. So this particular product, if we go into all time, you can see it launched in actually at the beginning of 2024, so this year, and straight away their sales ranking started falling huge amounts. They've always been very consistent at that £10 price point, right? So that's really interesting to look at. If you ever are doing product research, I would say always take a look at this graph because it will show you how the price fluctuates, how the sales have fluctuated, and so on. And what's really interesting is this here. Look, the sales position has typically been around that 140, 150 level. And then something happened here. It's just suddenly shot down. So they're now position 16 out of all the products in health and personal care. And I'm going to reveal exactly how they've done that. And they've done it for many of their products in just a sec. But what we want to do first is press this button here where it says keywords. And what that is going to do is load Helium 10's Cerebro tool, which is going to show us all of the keywords that, or the search terms that Nutrition Geeks appears for within Amazon. So we're just going to give that a little second to load. So that has now loaded. And the first thing we want to do whenever we run this type of search is change match type to organic, which means that we only want to see the keywords where Nutrition Geeks are appearing like naturally. They're not paying using PPC, pay per click. Then we want to say to Helium 10, only shows the keywords where Nutrition Geeks appears in position 1 to position 20. That just means that we're only going to be showing the highly relevant keywords or search terms that are working well for Nutrition Geeks. So once you've done that, you press apply, you scroll down, and then you press search volume. Okay, so once you've done that, you can scroll down and you press search volume to order the results high to low. And now what you'll see is all of the keywords or search terms where this listing, this particular listing, this vitamin D3 and K2 appears in Amazon's search results. So we can see that the highest volume search term is vitamin D. It's got 82,000 people searching for that on Amazon UK alone per month. And that's actually spiked at in the summer, ironically enough, when we're meant to be naturally getting vitamin D. That just shows how bad the weather is. Maybe it's all because the weather's just been so bad, but we can see a lot of consistent search volume. It's always around that 60 to 70,000 mark. And when we look at the organic rank position, we can see that they're position 12, which is super, super impressive, given that this listing was only made at the beginning of 2024. So it basically shows that they've got a lot of strong conversion. They've got a lot of people clicking on the listing and then going to buy, which Amazon likes. And when Amazon sees that and sees that a certain product is outperforming another product when it comes to the conversion, they reward them and they move them up in the search results. So that is really impressive. But what is even more impressive, and again, this is one of the like keys, one of the secrets to Nutrition Geeks success, is this second one here. Look at that. Nutrition Geeks. We've got 17,000 people a month searching for Nutrition Geeks. And if we actually go all time, look at this. So this is when these guys started. They didn't have much when they first started, and that's completely understandable because it's a brand that nobody had heard of. But look at this, Rocket Fuel. So from the 17th of June last year, so about this time last year, it is spiked and it's spiked and it's spiked and it's gone all the way to the current 17,000 peak per month. And that, my friends, is exactly how they are managing to kill it on Amazon, because they're managing to somehow get people to go onto Amazon and search for their specific brand name and buy. And Amazon loves that. If you can send customers from whatever platform you can directly to Amazon, Amazon will give you extra credit, right? So if you type in Nutrition Geeks, they'll be position 5, this product, but presumably everything else from their product range will be in position 1 to 4. And then if we look down the rest, we haven't got any other branded search. Obviously, there's nothing else that you could kind of do with that. But we've got vitamin D3, 15,000. We've got the letter D, 10,000, vitamin D tablets, and so on. So when you stack all of those search terms together, they've got 196,000 people searching a month for either Nutrition Geeks or one of their products where they rank on page 1 really, really highly, right? So the question is, how are they managing to get so many people to search for them on Amazon, right? There's actually a mix of things that they're doing. So first of all, they are advertising heavily on Facebook. And although they are driving people to their website, which is just a standard, looks like a standard Shopify store that's got all of their products, what you'll often find, and this definitely happens with our brands too, is that people see it on Facebook, they research the brand, and they're like, cool, I'm going to buy it on Amazon. And the reason that they want to do that is because Amazon provides legitimacy. It's quick and easy. If you buy on Amazon, then you know you're going to be getting it the next day, right? And that is exactly what's happening here. So look how many ads they've got going, 69. Now that might scare you. You might be thinking, there's no way I can think of 69 different ads. But if we actually look at what they're doing here, it's genius. So first of all, they've just got standard images that they've more or less just taken from their Amazon listing and just added like review text on. But what they're also doing is they're using UGC content, so user generated content. So they're getting people that have bought their products to basically a video. I'm just going to mute this, film a video, and then upload it and then send it over to them. And then they're using it as an ad. These things convert like crazy. I was going to say like hotcakes. But, when people see, oh, another person actually using a tablet here that looks like me, that speaks English, whatever, it adds legitimacy to the brand, if I can say it. And what's going to happen here is one of two things. If someone wants to convert, they'll press shop now and they'll be taken to the actual product listing on Nutrition Geek's website. Or the second thing is that person will just head straight to Amazon and they'll search for it and they'll buy it. So that is one method that they're doing. What I've also just seen that I hadn't seen before is that, look at all this, the places that they've been featured. Glamour, Mirror, Independent, Metro, it all adds legitimacy. And once more, if you are looking at that and thinking, wow, they must have got really good connections, they must, have got a superb product, it's not actually as difficult as you think. I myself have had my products in the Daily Mail, the London Evening Express, EasyJet, Tech Advisor, like plenty of places, and I didn't pay a penny for any of those. I just emailed them and say, would you like to review my product? In fact, tell a lie, London Evening Standard I did pay for. They reached out to me and said, would you like a full page spread or whatnot? And I said, yeah, and I think it was about £1,000 or something. But that paid off massively for me, not just in sales on the day when they actually published the article, but in the fact that I can add it to my website and have it as social proof. So another big tick for what these guys have done. If we actually have a quick look at the website itself, you could see, to be honest, super basic site. They could probably, increase conversion even more by having a banner that says free postage and maybe just having a blog section so that they appear in Google search results when people type things like, what's the benefit of B3? But one thing that I really like that they do is they have bundles. So in order to increase that average order value, what they say is you can buy the Super 7 bundle, so 7 different lots of vitamins, the Sleep bundle, so you've got 3 different lots, and it just all increases that average order value. Something else that I didn't mention is that they do have this subscribe and save here. So what they're doing is they're locking in customers, hopefully for life. Now, I don't know how effective this would be when you are selling vitamins that give you a year's worth, because I would have thought that maybe someone buys it and then just thinks, no, I don't need to subscribe yet because I've got a year's worth. Maybe if they're sharing with their family, for sure, they can buy it once every, let's have a look what the most common. That's interesting. Deliver every 1 month is the most common. So maybe people are sharing these like amongst workmates or something. But look, you can change it all. They don't, interestingly enough, it doesn't go up to 12 months, but people are clearly doing it. But yeah, they're basically compelling or encouraging people to do that subscribe and save by offering a discount. So you get 1 tablet for 2 pence. It's awesome. And the benefit of doing things like that, subscribe and save, is that next time on the order, you don't need to worry about paying advertising costs or PPC, sponsored brands, or anything like that. You've got the profit 100%. Now, are you guys ready for the real lever that they have pulled in the last year that's made them explode, right? If you watched the live that Alex and I did a few days ago, then you'll know this. It's TikTok Shop. They are absolutely everywhere. And the strategy that they are levering, that they're employing, whatever you want to call it, it's so good. So TikTok Shop, if you're not familiar, is just a platform on TikTok where people can buy within the app. So what will happen is you'll be scrolling along, the average customer. Let's just load this one up. And hopefully it won't play the music or the audio. And they'll see this. And it's like, again, user-generated content. It's somebody talking, and they're talking about the benefits of vitamin D, right? So they're saying, wow, this is an awesome product. I really like it. And then within the actual video itself, you can click through and you can buy this product straight away. And I actually saw this. I've had this product for a while now. That's exactly why I've got it here. I've had this vitamin for a while, and I've had good results with it. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to do a video. Look at this, guys. This is insane. I just did 2 videos here. I've not been using my TikTok for so long. And the first one, which I did a couple of days ago, has got 360,000 views, and the other one 370,000. And on both of these, I'm talking about these vitamins from Nutrition Geeks. But look at this. When you actually go into it, Let's have a look at where it is. I don't think it actually displays on the actual web app, but when you're on your phone, you can see here it says commission paid. It just gives you a link that you can use to jump straight through to the buy page, and you can add it to your cart and you can jump out. And the reason that was attractive to me to do is because Nutrition Geeks are paying commission. So they actually gave me 10 or 20% per sale that I made. It's insane. I've made like £300 just from those videos promoting Nutrition Geeks, right? And the reason that this is so genius is because everybody's doing it. Look how many videos there are. If we just scroll through, and I just typed in Nutrition Geeks, you've got videos with 1 million views, 600,000, 100,000, 400, 200, 570,000. It goes on and on and on. And think how many people therefore are being introduced to Nutrition Geeks. They're seeing it, and what's happening is they're either buying straight through TikTok Shop if they want, or they're heading to Amazon and they're searching for Nutrition Geeks and buying it there. And that, my friends, is exactly how Nutrition Geeks has gone from a brand new brand, zero brand recognition in 2020, to generating over £1.5 million a month. And I actually looked up their accounts because I'm a nosy little bugger. And you can see just as March 2023, this is before they employed that TikTok strategy, they had around £370,000 worth of cash and inventory value, which is a huge amount to generate in just 3 years. Imagine what that's going to be in this year's accounts, which will be coming out in the next few months. And you can bet I will be looking at that. So TikTok Shop is completely changing the game for Amazon brands. It's so easy, and it's really affordable for these brands because they're not paying the Amazon referral fee. What happens is they list in TikTok Shop and they say, for anybody that wants to sell our products, we'll give you a 20% commission. That's more or less what Amazon's commission is if people buy on the Amazon platform. So they're basically swapping one from another, but just getting so many more eyeballs and sales as a result. So I have looked up the team at Nutrition Geeks, and yeah, they're all actually similar age to me. So similar experience. It doesn't look like they had any experience in nutrition or anything before. So guys, I take my hat off to you. You've absolutely nailed this one. So for those of you still watching, honestly, just rewatch this video and just make notes, because this is going to be the way to get explosive growth in the next 12 months. TikTok Shop has only been on within the UK now for about a year. These Nutrition Geeks were on it straight away. And I don't know if I'm getting hit with the algorithm, but whenever I go now on TikTok, I'm seeing Nutrition Geeks every few videos. They've done such an amazing job. So the long and short of it is, let's summarize. They've done an awesome listing. They've got fantastic branding. They've got their USPs. They've differentiated versus all the other boring vitamins, and they're on different platforms. So when somebody goes onto Google and searches for vitamins, like here, vitamin D, you can see they pop up. When someone goes on Facebook, they're getting hammered with their ads, so reinforcing the brand. And again, when someone goes on TikTok, they're seeing the brand there as well. So well done, guys. Absolutely incredible job. So if you are watching this and you want to learn more about building a brand on Amazon, then please do go through our entire back catalogue. And if you want to be taught step by step how you can follow this playbook, we do have the Honest FBA community, which is linked below in the details. I've really enjoyed showing you how these guys have smashed it, and I hope that you have too. If you have any questions, comments, requests, whatever, stick them in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. See ya!